Hey guys, what is going on? It is Skyros, and today I wanted to talk about the Demonology Warlock as a whole. I want to make this guide short but in depth. Um, for these talents that I'm running, it's sort of my choice that I like personally. Dark Soul, obviously. Maybe Soul Leech. It's an iffy talent. It doesn't. I don't feel like it really does much of anything. It's honestly, I mean, some locks might say, "Oh, it's good. It's probably better for Affliction for the base out, or for Destro." Honestly, I like Dark Regeneration for Arena because honestly, if a warrior, I'm gonna have that 25% healing debuff, so I can equalize it to zero with Dark Regeneration if I need to like burst heal. Howl of Terror for Arena, depending on the comp, it's really good against RMD. It really fucks up their opener, and that RMD opener is very, very crucial for them. Shadow Fury, it's iffy. Howl of Terror, why I choose it, is being hit by a damaging attack reduces your cooldown on Howl of Terror by 1 second. So it's like much like a warrior's anger management talent that for every like amount of rage that you spend, you get a second reduced on certain cooldowns. Sacrificial Pact is probably really good. All for the level 45 is pretty viable. Um, Honestly, and just go with Soul Link. But if against those really retarded ass comps, if your healer just gets Monko Swamp CC'd, go with Dark Bargain, and that's probably better for RMD. Um, it's iffy. If you run against a good RMD group, it's probably better to go with Dark Bargain. But for the most part, against RMD, I'll go with Sacrificial Pact. It's your choice. I'm not here to hold your hand. Now for 60, Burning Rush, don't fucking bother. Unless if you're fucking around with it. In BGs, really, I mean, that's the only reason to run it. Blood Horror, run it when you have a trinket, versatility trinket, because it's demo, 1 versatility, so you can heal more, deal more damage, and take less damage, obviously. And Unbound Will if you're running 2 DPS trinkets, and that's what I'm running for mastering of both of them for Raw Demon, for the Raw Demon bolt damage. Um, Now this is a very 75 is a very itchy sort of spot as well. Grimoire of Supremacy is probably the more viable talent to go with, but I like to fuck around with Service, just because of the AOE pressure that I can do on like TSG or The Walking Dead. Um, for instance, for an instant push of Karma into a Dark Bargain, um, would be to put Doom on like the monk and the DK at the same time. So when I pot my service, I get 2 fell storms out, which is like a demon fell storm. I mean, which is like a blade storm for your demons. Um, Timed up with Doom with Dark Soul and Metamorphosis, and with your mastery, when you're in Metamorphosis, all your damage is doubled. So when you do Dark Soul, Wings of Chaos, you are going to do insane amounts of damage. No, like really no, like almost no Walking Dead comps have beat me yet. I'm at lowest tier at the moment, but for 90, Archimon's Darkness, obviously, 100, it's debatable. Um, why is it debatable? Demon Bolt, it is really good. I mean, it's fucking stupid good. It's almost too good. It really is. It's almost too good. It's probably the most faithful talent in the game. Um, Demonic Servitude is probably better against RMD, but I still go with Demon Bolt. Um, Now, the thing that I really like to do for glyphs is this is a mandatory. Dark Soul, Glyph of Dark Soul reduces the duration and cooldown of Dark Soul by 50%, which is really good. Imps, obviously for Fast Fury, which I think is also another mandatory glyph, which kind of sucks for Demo. But then you have a choice here. If you're gonna run the double DPS trinkets, Glyph of Eternal Resolve passively reduces all damage by 10%. Now, since Lux are already pretty tanky as a class, that is very OP. Now what you can do to make yourself even more tanky is actually go with the highest DPS trinket that you can get with Mastery on use, obviously for the raw fucking Mastery. Sorry for my language, but whatever. Versatility doesn't scale as much for Demo, but it's still good for that, like, I don't know, 5-6 damage reduction. It's almost like a priest. Now, this stacked trinkets, that's 25% damage reduction, which is very good. And with your 2 set and your 4 set, say if you fear someone with your 4 set, they're going to decurse the target. If you have Corruption or Doom on the target, you're going to get 100 free. I've been able to stack like 300 free in seconds without popping imps, just because the healer decursing fear with Corruption or Doom on the target, which is very good. The 2 set is very actually OP. When I get below 20%, you gain 1300 versatility, which is, again, with the versatility trinket, is literally 12% damage reduction. So with this, that's 20. So that's about 50 damage reduction. I mean 40. Which is very good with Soul Link. You're even tankier. But the other reason why Demonology, why I've refused to switch from 6.1 is the fact that, look at that armor, 50% damage reduction, physical damage. That is very good. As you can see here, I have about 1,000 Fury, so we're gonna pop all team all over these targets. Corruption. I'm just gonna click it. I don't really care for that. Okay, say I'm ready to burst. Say every one of them is stacked up, right? And say Mortal Coil, for instance, is Shadow Fury. They're all stunned. Now I'm gonna take this demon, pop Metamorphosis, and then yes, I am. And you can see how much I'm able to do in a short amount of time. That Demon Bolt is about 150k. You know, for the second time, go ahead, do it again. Wings of Chaos, Demon Bolt hits very hard. 130, didn't crit when it usually crits. You can see the Dooms are fucking hitting like a lot. And I'm not in PvP combat, and you can see how much damage I'm doing. It's fucking crazy. Every time Doom crits, you get an imp, which is very useful. Oh, another crit. I mean, that's on 3 targets. You just have an army of demons. Probably the better way to go was Supremacy, as I said before, but that's what I like to do against Mongo Cleaves. Ebola Cleave, Walking Dead, Turbo. I've been able to actually avoid Arms Warrior Executes from using the 2 set and Metamorphosis and the Glyph for Eternal Resolve. The downside is you won't have that 40% damage reduction. It kind of blows, but also the benefit of not. The benefit is having that all the time 10% damage reduction. And you are clothy, so you are squishy to a point. And especially since how hard a lot of the comms are hitting in 3s that are just cleave or RMD, whatever it is, thug cleave. It is very nice to have that damage reduction at all times. Over time, it works very well. Honestly, mandatory glyphs, Dark Soul, and imps, so you can get fast very, very quickly. Honestly, that's all I would. Demonology is not that hard of a spec to master, especially since the game coming into Warlords of Draenor. All you should really worry about against Mongol Cleaves, like Turbo, whatever you've already heard me say it, is keeping your Fury decently. I like to keep it around 200 because I like to sit in Metamorphosis, you know, whatever. And I mean, you can see, well, that's a damage reduction. They're just sitting in Metamorphosis and not doing anything, but it's also a damage reduction on them. because they're gonna do less damage. Now, rogues generally aren't gonna do less damage because, let's face it, rogues ignore a lot of armor. But that is the very good thing about demonology. It's very tanky. And it has a lot of CC in the pet, and it has a lot of cleave damage, and it really has amazing burst, and it has a really, really amazing rotting style to build. I mean, 205k Demon Bolt. What the fuck? That was my first Demon Bolt. 169 crit. If I'm buffed, like there, I've hit for. I mean, it's so faithful. It's so dumb, but I hope you guys learned something from this, and I hope you guys like this guide. If you want me to go into a more in-depth guide, I will go into a more in-depth guide. I just hope you guys enjoy what I've given you. It's a very basic and quick guide. I don't want to make it super long for you guys because I hate sitting through a 30-minute guide. I don't even do it. I get so bored by like 3 minutes. I'm like, fuck. But hope you guys have a really good day or night. I'm doing it this fucking 3 in the morning. So have a good one, guys.